wherever you may be. Welcome to the One Perspective to Another podcast. I am your humble, gracious host, A. Sanders, here with episode 159 of the One Perspective to Another podcast. And this episode title is called Restless and Blah. I was going to name it some other things, and I was thinking it just didn't sit well, didn't do right with the moment. I guess you can say it's an evergreen episode because I was going to name it, you got to feed your mind, your heart, your soul, and your stomach, just like on a tangent of just like everything that's going on. But in recent events and everything that's just been going on in the world, most specifically being at home in good old US of A. Like, I don't think a lot of people are very optimistic about what's going on in the world. And by the way, we just hopping right into it, so fuck it. But it's just been, personally, I've been really restless and blah, just in the sense of my own well-being. Like, I'm not fucking going crazy or like filled with rage. It's just like seeing the outcome and seeing people just go to war with each other, bicker with each other, people not really understanding one another. It's more of the aftermath, like always. People are always entitled to feel how they feel. They're entitled to want what they want, need what they need. Like, you can't change a human's wants and needs, but the way that you can change things is by how you address people, how you communicate with people, and how you just see the world. Because it's just been so many fights. It's been men versus women. It's been women versus the government. It's been government versus humanity versus humans. It's just like people just talk to talk. They don't talk to listen and resolve. They just yell because they have feelings. And seeing a lot of this shit just on social media, just like it gets extremely overwhelming. A lot of people saying that, oh, well, you know this was going to happen, but it still happened. And just the same rhetoric, like, yeah, okay, like you can know that this was going to happen, but like you can still have your reactions and your feelings towards shit. Like, people just want to be right in certain instances, but not the entire picture. Like, it's just exhausting to see, exhausting to hear. Like, I don't know. I keep saying like because I don't even know what to say half the time. It's no real mood or mode to just be present and be still. It's very unsettling. It's very daunting of a thing to see, a daunting task to try to move forward from, and not just with the Roe versus Wade stuff, just living in general. And like just learning about the government, learning about money and finances and how the government's moving. Like, it's been very insightful to see how it moves and why this shit is happening. And certain people gonna say it's because of X, Y, and Z, and it's because of X, Y, and Z from this person. But like the thing that's gonna keep everything going is the people, their feelings, and money. Like, you can't change that root equation. And I think that's been really hard for certain individuals to understand. In debate class, I used to tell you, like, you can never move somebody more than 2 spots. You can only take them from where they are to in the middle or to the next tier of wherever they are in their own thought and thinking. Because you can't force change on people that quickly. You can't force people to not accept what they've been living through, what they've been going through, what they've been accustomed to. It's not that simple. And just in the sense of me, like, saying, like, yeah, I would love to run for office or something, because it's just like, it's too much shit that's going on with people. And having another conversation is really hard for people to go from a city level of like living in a city and seeing the city let you down, then going to the state you live in, seeing the state let you down, then the federal government and the president. Like, having federal laws change, and then seeing the president of the free world just not do anything for you as an individual, as an American. Like, it's probably really hard to feel that you're seen, to feel that you have a voice, to feel that your vote matters. Like, even with voting, like, you vote for your city people, you vote for your state people, your city people become your state people, the state people become a part of the Congress and the Senate and House and all that stuff. And it's like, those people are empowered with your best interest. That does not mean they have every interest that you have. They gonna go with where it moves the money and moves the votes and moves people and moves the lobbyists and just the whole big ass petty game. Like, it's really weak that for a person to say whether or not you're red or you're blue is the end all be all of everything. It's I don't want to say that it's not right, but it's all that we got. But it's like, you have powers to change, and it's just like when it's a race issue, or if it's like Chinese people getting attacked and shit, like, it's always going to be something. But what is that changing factor that makes people actually change, that makes the government actually change? If it's a shooting, like, yeah, you change the law, but like, is it really stopped anybody lately? No. Like, shit still happens. Like, you can't stop crazy people from doing crazy shit. Like, it's the intangible of the mind. But that's off topic, kinda. It's just seeing so many people in these fights and in these wars and with each other. I'm not on the hype of like all this not by humbug, what is it, kumbaya and shit, but it's just overwhelming to see. Like, you can't tell people what they should and shouldn't do with their bodies, and one side's arguing pettiness, the other side's arguing pettiness. It's just a whole clusterfuck, and people trying to find sense of things that don't make no sense. It's just like, where are we? This is a long-ass episode of Black Mirror, and we cannot fucking wake up. Because everybody said that they want to use their platforms to spread awareness, and that they don't care about what they already knew, and whatever happens to these people is going to happen anyway. Like, you got two sides and two extremes on both sides going at war with one another, and it's like, who or what is really going to bring this shit to a head? And even in my own learning about democracy and shit, that they say that even younger Democrats and Republicans, if they have more than even 10% of an idea that moves the culture or moves the nation forward, they call them radicals too. Like, inside of their own party, whether it's Democratic or Republican. Like, you're a radical Republican, you're a radical Democrat. That shit makes absolute no sense. Like, as much as the world needs to be like Star Trek and no war and no fucking diseases and shit, but like, how far away are we really from that shit? Living today in 2022, we in a year where I was fucking simulating playing Madden franchise back in fucking 2003. Like, how did we get here? How did this past 25 years get here? I say things and say things are 25 years old now. And it's like, what did I contribute? What did I say? What did I do? What did I mean by my words? Like, am I making an impact? Am I helping the world? Am I helping society? I guess that's a part of the restlessness and blah, because it's hard to be creative. It's hard to be a guiding light. It's hard to be sunshine for people when the world around you is just so fucking dark and twisted and sick. But you still do it sometimes, but you still need that for yourself, and you get restless and you get tired, and it's like, that's where I came up with the feed your different stomachs shit from, because you gotta feed your mind to be productive. You gotta feed your heart because somebody gotta be there for you. Somebody gotta listen to you. Somebody gotta take care of you. You gotta feed your soul because it's the soul ties that bring you to want to get up and do things and want to create your passions and do things that you're passionate about, whether it's work, life, love, happiness, whatever the fuck it is. And then, like, you still got to feed your stomach. You still have to be a citizen in society and pay bills and make things on time and create fucking capital and wealth to be a consumer, to make the economy move. And it's just so many different ways and levels to be a human. I can see why that can be daunting for a lot of people, because holding all those things together is taxing. Just being a human, let alone whether you got to be a parent on top of that, you got to be a caregiver on top of that, you got to be somebody who does extremely taxing regular work to feed your stomachs. Like, and so many different Americans are going through that experience as we speak. And it's like, it's no help for that. We say that it's mental health, but it's more, I don't want to say like I'm saying that it supersedes it, but like I always talk about with situational awareness, like you have to know when to do what and how to do it. And nobody tells you how to do it. There's no playbook on life. There's no playbook to get through when shit gets tough. There's no book for relentlessness that teaches you that you should know what you know about yourself. Like, you have to find that shit out yourself. You have to know what feeds your mind. You have to know what feeds your heart. You have to know what feeds your soul. You have to know what foods you fucking like, because everybody's different. Everybody got a different take. And mentally, that's not only draining for you as a human, but it's draining for everybody in the society, because when you're around people, you're around your community, it's going to tax on you. It's going to make you feel like shit. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable. It's going to make you not want to be vulnerable with people. So, like, what's the real reset? Is the restlessness a reset? But what about the people who don't have the time to reset? The people who are not in the position where they got to keep grinding, then they going to wind up and be doing something that they don't want to be doing, or doing something or being someplace that they have no business being. Like, I'm not saying like I'm supposed to be a superhero and just save the world from all these instances, because at the end of the day, bad shit's still going to happen. There's darkness. You can't be as much light as you want to be in the world without understanding how much darkness there is in it too. Like, it's some fucked up shit out here. It's some fucked up people out here. It's some fucked up situations out here. And at the end of the day, sometimes it ain't shit that you can do about it except endure it. Turn around, look that shit dead in the face and say, you know what? You're here. I'm here. But it ain't nothing I could do about it. I can't blow you up. I can't get you out of here. I can't destroy you. But we're going to live the best way possible together. I know it sounds very easier said than done, but like, everybody got some kind of demon that they dealing with. We might not always vocalize it, but it's here. And for some people, that demon is fucking the government. For that certain people, the demon is money. It's creativity. It's running a business. It's doing something that you love and being tired of that shit. And it could be anything and everything. That's why I say this is the Restless and Blah podcast, because it's like, what do you do to cope with all that shit? I know during COVID too, I said like people starting shit, doing stuff, because you inside the house. We had all the time in the world to just be and do things and be creative and take our time. And like, are we still doing those things? Are we in situations where we don't have control and we don't know what the fuck to do, and we just have to be restless and sit and just question things and question and question and question? Sometimes that's how you get through the restlessness, is just asking questions. Or at least for me personally, that's my getting through the funk, getting through the blue, getting through the blah. It's just resetting, hibernation. asking questions of what can I do? How can I do this? What will make me feel fulfilled? What will make me feel like me? And that's a part of the ride in living is you're not always going to be 100%. Like you're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs. And that's the beautiful part of living and choosing every single day to be something or be something that matters or be something that is important to somebody or be whatever it is that you want to be. I always try to be the complete perspective of like, yeah, shit is gonna be shitty, but like getting through the shit, you have your moments of happiness when you get out of that other side of that shit. That moment is beautiful, it's bliss, and then you just gotta do it right back again. That's life. That's what we all living through right now. That's why the world is just, I don't want to say in shambles, but it's just a great shift coming. And we all adjusting and we all doing our best and trying our best. But at the end of the day, sometimes your best might take a little 2 weeks, might take a month, might take a couple months. You never know. But you still got to just keep pushing forward. Keep pushing, whether it's an inch, a quarter of a mile at super speed. Balance is still always key. Keep things around you that give you that balance and that light and love close to the tuck, so it can always be there to provide for you when you need it, and provide for them too when you need it, when they need it too. But I don't even know what the point of this little restful or restlessness and blah episode is. I guess you could say it's evergreen in just the sense of like just the culture and the feeling that's just going on right now. It's really just heavy, real heavy. But we using all our strength to take away pain and take away the suffering and taking away the extra loads on people, because sometimes everybody just needs a little bit of help. And if you have it in you to help, then help. But if you need help, then always ask for help too. It's a balance to this shit. It's a balance to the world. It's a balance to you. It's a balance to everything. But on that note, hopefully this time next year, evergreen self, maybe things will be different. Maybe things will be better. We'll see where we stand. We'll see how things are going. But just a mental refresh for me, for you listening, to just take your time. All you can do is just take your time and go one day at a time. So on that note, I'm going to get up out of this piece. I will catch you on the flip side. As always, thank you for tuning in, telling two friends to tell two friends. Consistency is back. We on our schedule. If you just got to get up on here and talk about what you feel, then you just got to talk about what you feel, but we getting it out. But yeah, thank you for listening, tuning in, tapping in, share it on your socials. Click that new link. We affiliated now. Double tap, triple tap if you want to subscribe, get some bonus episodes specifically for certain people, or just talking shit to certain people and you're able to hear it. If you've heard the last one, I salute you. I thank you. We'll see that little results later on. But as always, it's just my perspective, and I'll catch you on the flip side. I'm out. Bye.